RBI, but it is by way of legislation.
For different reasons. It had political implications, and I think it has constitutional implications. The petitions raised substantial questions of law. The court has now decided it will not be possible for me or for anyone else to comment on the exact points of the judgment without reading the full judgment but whatever is in the public domain. It is clear that the government's policy to demonetize has received the imprimatur of the highest court and has been legitimized and accepted constitutionally.
But Supreme Court also said that the decision being executive economic policy and cannot be reversed.
That, of course, is the settled law that courts do not normally interfere with government's economic policy decisions. This is settled law, and therefore they have followed that principle. Yet the final validity of the judgment will be tested in time. There will be many articles which will come about the judgment in due course, but for the moment the matter rests there.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का बड़ा फैसला आया है, डिमोनेटाइजेशन का जो फैसला था सरकार का, उसको उचित ठहराया है।
जो खबरें आ रही हैं उसके मुताबिक सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो फैसला है वो यही है कि जो सरकार का निर्णय था डिमोनेटाइजेशन के मुतालिक, वो एक आर्थिक नीति के मुतालिक डिसीजन था और वो डिसीजन संविधान की मर्यादा के अनुकूल है, इसलिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इसको वैध ठहराया है। ये बहुत अहम मुद्दा था, इस पे बहुत अहम कानूनी नुक्ते पेश किए गए थे। कोर्ट ने अपने विचार और विवेक के मुताबिक जो फैसला किया है, अब उस फैसले को स्वीकार करना होगा। और एक बात मैं मानता हूं, कहीं ना कहीं यही भी कोर्ट के सामने रही होगी जरूर, कि अब 6 साल के बाद इस फैसले में जो पॉइंट्स हैं वो अब एकेडमिक हो गए हैं। ये कहा भी था, मगर उन्होंने फैसला किया है।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला आ चुका है नोटबंदी को लेकर, केंद्र सरकार के इस नीति को।
All right, my colleague Pallavi is going to be joining us in just a second to bring us more context on this case. Remember, just a few minutes ago, the Supreme Court has passed its comments. It has said that demonetization was valid. It's important to note here that Justice B.V. Nagaratna has dissented. Now, we have Udit Raj from the Congress with us on the show this morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir,
good morning.
The Supreme Court has finally pronounced 4 judges agreeing with the government there, the Supreme Court agreeing with the government there in a 4-1 verdict that it is going to uphold the 2016 demonetization policy, something that we've seen the Congress be vocal in its protest about over more than the last 8 years. Sir, how is the Congress responding to this update?
See, to my mind, Supreme Court would have not entertained such petitions. And petitioners would have not gone over there because this is monetary policy which has to be decided by government. There are certain boundaries which are clearly drawn between executive legislature and, of course, judiciary. I don't know why Supreme Court has, even if Supreme Court would have reversed the judgment, of course, it would have not upheld the demonetization. Nothing could have been done because we have gone far ahead. I don't know why Supreme Court has entertained it. Doesn't Supreme Court have other works to do, others to dispose of?
So,
Supreme Court could have refrained.
Senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram was a senior advocate in this case. He fought to represent one of the petitioners.
Mr. Chidambaram has a personal entity as well. Not only he is not a Congress.
Right, of course. So your point is that because he fought this case in his personal capacity as a advocate, his stance should not be looked at as what the Congress's stance was. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, sir, but then I do want to understand all of the arguments that we saw P. Chidambaram make in court.
See, what happened that as a professional person, as a personal entity, he has done it, then how? That's a legal issue. He's a prominent lawyer of this country.
Sure, sir. Sir, I'm not questioning the capacity within which he fought the case, sir. I'm asking, does the Congress agree with the arguments?
No, not at all. Not at all. How can Congress be the party to it?
All right, sir. So I do want to ask, when P. Chidambaram raised questions, a few questions. Number one, the question of how did this come about? Was it the RBI that gave consent, or was it the government that listened to the RBI? What order did that take place in? So these questions are questions we've heard senior Congress leaders ask in the last few years. He was just repeating those questions in court, wasn't he?
These are the political issues, have to be settled politically, have to settle in the court of the people, not in the court of Supreme Court.
All right.
People's court will decide it.
Udit
We are
Raj,
telling the people that this is wrong, then the people will sooner or later, whether they agree to it or how much they agree, that's a different thing. But there are certain things which are beyond Supreme Court. There are certain things which are beyond politics.
All right.
So
Udit Raj, if I could just request you to stay with us. The TMC's Majid Memon is with us.